At 1:32 a.m., Sarah Mitchell called the police. Her voice was shaking. She whispered something that made the operator freeze. "Someone is inside my house." But when police arrived, just 6 minutes later, the front door was still locked. The windows were closed. Nothing was broken. And Sarah Mitchell was gone. No footprints, no sign of struggle. Just her phone, still on the table, and one terrifying detail: the last call was still connected. Some stories disappear. Some are buried in silence, but some truths refuse to stay hidden. Welcome to Silent Truth UK. Usera, WAS, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Sarah Mitchell was 29 years old. She lived alone in a quiet town outside London. Her life was simple. She worked at a bookstore. She visited her parents every Sunday, and every night before bed, she locked her doors twice. Friends described her as careful, responsible, the type of person who never ignored danger, which is why what happened that night still terrifies investigators. Part 2. The night of the call, 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock at 1:32 a.m. Sarah dialed emergency services. Her breathing was fast, unsteady. She whispered, "I heard footsteps upstairs." The operator asked if anyone else lived in the house. "No," she said. Then a sound interrupted the call. A slow creak, like a door opening. Sarah gasped and whispered 3 words. "He's coming down." Then the line went silent.
Police arrived at 1:38 a.m. 6 minutes after the call. The house was quiet. Too quiet. The front door was locked. They forced it open. Inside, nothing looked disturbed. The TV was off. The lights were off. But Sarah's phone was on the table, still connected to the emergency operator. The line had never disconnected. Part 4. The search, 15 o'clock to 20 o'clock. Police searched the entire house. Every room, every closet, every window. No one was inside. Sarah was nowhere. Not in the attic. Not in the basement. Not outside, but there was something strange. The upstairs bedroom window was slightly open, yet the ground outside showed no footprints, no TD marks, no sign anyone left. Part 5. The recording, 20 o'clock to 23 o'clock. Investigators reviewed the call recording. At first it sounded normal. Breathing, whispering, footsteps. But when audio experts enhanced the sound, they heard something chilling. Another voice, very faint, behind Sarah. Just one sentence. Whispered slowly, "She can hear you."
Sarah Mitchell was never seen again. No suspect was identified. No evidence explained what happened. And the house still stands empty today. Neighbors say sometimes they hear a phone ringing inside, but when they look through the window, no one is there. Some disappearances fade with time. Some truths are forgotten, but some stories refuse to stay silent. Subscribe to Silent Truth UK, because the next mystery might be closer than you think. 3 weeks after Sarah Mitchell disappeared, her phone rang. Not once, not twice, but 5 times. The call didn't come from a stranger. It didn't come from a blocked number. It came from Sarah's own phone. The same phone police had locked away as evidence, and when they answered, someone was breathing. Some mysteries don't end when someone disappears. Sometimes that's when they begin. This is Silent Truth UK.
After Sarah vanished, her belongings were taken to the police evidence room. Her phone was sealed in a clear plastic bag, placed inside a locked cabinet. No one touched it. No one turned it on. The battery was nearly dead. Investigators believed it would never power on again until one night at exactly 1:32 a.m. The phone lit up, started ringing. The call, 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. An officer nearby heard the sound. He walked toward the cabinet, unlocked it, stared at the evidence bag. The phone screen was glowing. Incoming call. The caller ID said, "Unknown." The officer hesitated and answered. At first, there was only silence. Then breathing. Slow. Heavy breathing. And then a whisper. A woman's voice, but it wasn't Sarah. The message 12 o'clock to 18 o'clock, the whisper said only 4 words. Very slowly, very clearly. "She's still in the house." Then the call ended. Police checked the phone immediately. There was no call record, no number, no signal history. It was like the call had never happened. But the officer wasn't the only one who heard it. The security camera recorded everything. Part 4. Returning to the house 18 o'clock to 23 o'clock, police returned to Sarah's house immediately. The building had been sealed since the night she disappeared. Tape still covered the door, but when they arrived, the tape was broken. The door was slightly open. Inside, the house was silent. But something had changed. The upstairs bedroom light was on. The terrifying discovery, 23 o'clock to 26 minutes and 0 seconds upstairs. Investigators found something chilling. Sarah's bedroom door was closed. It had been opened during the first search. They pushed it open slowly. Inside the room, there was no Sarah, but written on the wall, in dark marker, were the same 4 words from the phone call. "She's still in the house. Sarah Mitchell has never been found." No suspect was ever identified, and the voice from the call was never traced. But the most disturbing part? Police never discovered who wrote the message on the wall, because the house had been locked, sealed, and guarded, which means someone was already inside.
2 days after police returned to Sarah Mitchell's house, investigators discovered something they had completely missed. Hidden deep inside her phone, a recording. Not the emergency call, not a voicemail, something else. A file saved just minutes before she disappeared, and when they pressed play, they heard something that changed the entire case. Because Sarah wasn't alone in the house. Not that night. Not ever. Some evidence hides in plain sight. Some truths wait to be heard. This is Silent Truth UK. The discovery, 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. During the investigation, digital analysts carefully searched Sarah's phone again. They checked every message, every photo, every deleted file. Then they noticed something unusual. A hidden audio file. It had no name, no date, no description, just one detail. The recording length was 6 minutes and 14 seconds, and it had been created at 1:28 a.m., 4 minutes before Sarah called the police. The recording begins, 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. At first, the recording sounded quiet, too quiet, just the faint hum of the room. Then, Sarah's voice, whispering. She sounded scared, very scared. She said, "I think someone is inside my house." Then she paused, listening, waiting. Seconds passed. Then a sound appeared, a slow movement, like footsteps. But they weren't upstairs, they were inside her room. The second voice, 12 o'clock to 18 o'clock. Sarah's breathing became faster. She whispered again. "Who's there?" No response, just silence. Then suddenly, a second voice spoke, soft, close, right behind her. The voice said, "You weren't supposed to hear me." Sarah gasped. The recording ended abruptly. Exactly 10 seconds later, she made the emergency call. The most disturbing detail, 18 o'clock to 23 o'clock. Audio experts enhanced the recording. They slowed it down, isolated background noise, and discovered something chilling. During the recording, there was a shadow moving, not visible, but audible. A soft fabric movement, breathing, and something else. Another sound, like someone dragging something slowly across the floor.
Investigators came to a horrifying conclusion. Whoever was inside the house had been there long before Sarah noticed, watching, waiting, living somewhere inside the building, hidden, listening, and when Sarah finally realized, it was already too late. Final ending 27 minutes and 0 seconds to 29 minutes and 30 seconds. Sarah Mitchell was never found. No suspect was ever identified, but the hidden recording remains. A final piece of evidence, proof that someone was inside the house that night, someone who was never seen, never caught, and maybe never left. Subscribe. Some mysteries end, some disappear forever, but some stories are still unfolding. Subscribe to Silent Truth UK, because the next truth may already be closer than you think.